to Monday
Say
Night
that again. They couldn't hear you,
Smoke.
bruv. Do that again.
Welcome to Monday Night Smoke.
Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Smoke. We are here. It is time to talk. It is time to get into it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Before we do that, let me do the roll call real quick.
Come on.
Shouts out to man like James. Man was here early, 5:59, waiting, you know.
No way.
Shout out to SWJ. Bruv, these guys came early. Jack Scam, King Fats
Come on,
95,
Jack
Mr. RAC, Muller, Louis Legend, MC Tasty and Chips, Emma S, Bruce Kai, Mr. A,
What?
October Red, man like Okolie, Stay Blessed, Be Real, man like Raj, Roadman Science, love that.
Roadman Science.
Mark
No.
Come on, Mark. Vibes FC, North Bank Brent, Jason Adder.
North Bank.
I've seen a couple repeats, man, like Osborne, Thomas J. Ridley, Leonardo Samuel, Tony Varroyo, and Michael Kudre. We're here.
Oh, is that everyone, yeah?
And G-Chain, my guy. Yes.
Come on, never forget G-Chain, fam.
Come on, fam.
Oh, wait, hold on. Talk to me about that science thing again. What was that? Roadman Science?
Yeah,
that's
bro.
That's like when Roadman talk about COVID and that.
Fam,
obviously, because of the
Roadman conspiracies.
Obviously, because you see what that man did.
Because I've done my research. And you'd be like, right, where did you do your research? Man would be like, big man, you need to do your research and then come back to me. No one knows where they done this research. Listen.
Whoa.
Fury and Dillian White press conference tomorrow at 2 p.m. I'm suddenly available at 2 p.m. tomorrow, boy. What?
I'm suddenly available.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We might need to do that as a watch along.
No, just read this guy's comment, please, before we go any further.
Fury is about to introduce Dylan's first child. Wait, he abandoned in Jamaica. It's a character if he doesn't show up for the press conference. His name will be Gillian. Nah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Is that real? Is it really the not that question? I'm talking about, is it really the tomorrow? Is it really 2 o'clock?
Is the press conference tomorrow for real? Because I didn't know that.
I didn't know.
Somebody confirm if that's possible.
Let's just make sure.
Guys, what a weekend of boxing this has been. Controversial to say the least.
No, you can't do that because you're not gonna skip over my guy, fam. You're not gonna skip over big
Kell Brook again.
No, bruv. You're not gonna skip over big Frank Warren celebrating 70 years on this earth, bruv. Big Frank, 40 years in the business.
Big Frank,
listen, I got a hell of a trophy.
You're gonna sing happy birthday to him?
Nah, he probably won't like it. He probably just wants a bit of shandy in a flask. Shandy in a flask.
What's he drinking? Sherry in that.
Cherry in a flask, bruv, or a G&T, bruv. But we got to respect him, fam. This guy's giving us amazing nights as well. So, same way, let's go, bruv.
It's true.
Do you
reckon Frank Warren likes us?
I don't know.
Well, happy birthday, Frank. We wish you another wonderful year of good health. You know, all that good stuff. And we look forward to seeing more posters. We love to see more posters.
Let's go. So
listen, let's talk though. Saturday night, Josh Taylor, Jack CATTERAL in the ring together. Oh my gosh, bruv.
Oh.
Now, I mean, I don't know where to start because a couple pods ago, I was saying things like, "Oh, Josh Taylor and Crawford, boy. Now that's a fight I'd like to see. That's that would be the one. That would get me excited."
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm looking at this thinking, oh, how could we have all been so wrong? Hoodwinked, bamboozled.
All the words in the world. No, what we need to say, is Jack CATTERAL deserves his flowers first things first.
100%.
Yeah, because I called this.
But let's get there though.
Yeah, go on.
I want to say, Josh Taylor was made to look very standard.
Oh my goodness.
Very standard. I couldn't believe it. I was watching. It wasn't even like, see, if somebody loses on a lucky punch, you walk away from that, is what it is. He outboxed Josh Taylor, knocked him down, cut his eye. Bro, I watched this with a slight Josh Taylor bias because I've spoken about Josh and I like the energy that he comes with, yeah?
Yes.
I struggled to give this brother 3 to 4 rounds.
Brother, do you know how mad it is? Do you know how mad it is? So I did this with my daughter earlier, yeah? Because this is how mad it was, yeah? I said, babes, come here. Let's talk about this. I said, I want you to look at these 2 pictures. Look at the thumbnail that we've designed, yeah? And tell me what you think. Who won? Listen to this. All right, Annie, talk to me. So, again, who do you think won out of this guy, Josh Taylor or him, or Jack Catterall? Looking at the picture, who do you think won?
I think he won.
Who's he? Jack, that one with the hands up?
Yes.
Okay, why'd you say that?
Because he's like this and he's I think he won because he looks like it looks like he
Hold on.
been beaten up.
Yeah.
Someone.
Yeah.
Like him. He has been beaten up, but these 2.
These other guys look like, why doesn't he? Anyway, listen, she went in. My daughter was like, I'm telling you right now, she started breaking it down. She was like, and he's bleeding. It goes more. It's like it's a 2-minute piece. She does a deep dive, yeah? And I'm like, babes, you didn't even see the fight, yeah? But you're right, babes. She goes, she looks like he's been beaten up. I said, from the picture, babes, I wish the judges could. You should have been judging it, Annie. I said, no.
Listen, bro, I'm looking at this whole situation. I was like, it's a really sad storyline as well.
Yeah.
Because he stepped aside to allow Josh Taylor to go and unify. So he's come back with the belts. Then he beats him. And then they rob him barefaced in front of the nation. This is a travesty in boxing. If this stands, this is going to leave a stain. Trust me when I say
it's standing. What are you talking about? Listen, boxing's been stained for years.
Well, they've come out and they said they're going to investigate. The British Boxing Board of Control, they said they're going to investigate. And they never say stuff like this.
Investigate what?
I don't know what it means they're going to do. They might order a rematch. You know what I mean?
He said that we don't even need to fight. He said I fought him. The quotes before the new quote, he said, well, we done it. I think I won. We don't need a rematch.
It's weird.
Go on.
But Josh Taylor's statement, yeah? Because everybody's been guiding in on this brother all day, since the whole thing's as soon as the fight was announced, social media went mad. Here is his statement. I've taken a few days, some well-earned time with my family after not seeing them for a few months.
I like the dramatic read.
I've had a chance to watch the fight back. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Jack Catterall on a great fight. He rose to the occasion and fought a valiant fight. However, I believe I won a very close fight.
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Carry on.
Many fans believe Jack deserved the decision, and that's fine. We both went in there and fought our guts out for 12 rounds. But the personal attacks on myself and especially my family are disgusting and uncalled for.
Wait, stop it there. Stop right there. These personal attacks, we're not really, and I like when people try to do the deflection.
No, we don't know. We just
want to focus on the ones the boxing fans are calling out before we take it out of here. Yeah, because there's some cretins in the world. But let's focus on the issue at hand. Yeah, cool. You just congratulated someone without them having the belts. That's an issue for me. But we're going to continue to move anyway. The next part is the normal people are calling out the board, like the judges. We're speaking to the judges. Yes, anyone calling out his family, yeah, you lot can go to hell on that. But I'm talking about the main, in terms of boxing fans' anger is towards the judges.
That's
Carry
right.
on.
He goes on to say, my days at 140 are numbered. My future is at welterweight. Jack Catterall deserves another title shot. And as soon as possible, I've never ducked a challenge in my career. And I'd be happy to fight Jack again.
Okay.
But it would have to be at welterweight.
Get out of here.
Jack is a great sportsman, a hell of a fighter. The fact he wrote hell of a is hilarious. A hell of a fighter. And deserves every bit of the admiration he's been receiving. I want to thank my family, my team, the fans who packed the OVO Hydro, and everyone who watched on Sky Sports, ESPN Plus, and around the world. Fighting as the undisputed champion on Scottish soil was a dream come true, but I'm only getting started. I'll be back and better than ever, this time ready to conquer the welterweight division.
So, all I read from that is, have you seen that Jamie Foxx, the Jamie Foxx special? When he says,
"Oh, when he's in his head,
I gotta get out of there." No, when he
oh yeah,
when Jamie Foxx is getting out of there, bro, because you saw what he was in that fight. He knows what was going on. He was, again, when we talk about it was boxing all over the weekend was a bit messy. I wouldn't say it was like it was the beautiful sport, or the sweet science. I wouldn't call it that. I think it was like war of attritions all the way from Okolie to Gill to everything. But then one thing I want to talk about though, can Ben Davison come to the stand?
Oh, we really came to talk today.
Can Ben Davison, I need him to come into the stand, because I saw something. You're going to see two parallels in the same weekend of boxing,
Yeah.
We get the Gill fight against, I can't remember the French, the featherweight, it's a featherweight title shot. The Gill fight that happened, Jordan Gill.
Oh, Jordan Gill. Oh,
there you go. So this is what happens.
Yeah. Let's get to that.
When I talk now, I'm just talking about corners. I'm talking about corners and how important a corner can be. We saw what Jordan was going through. Jordan backs up where? To his corner. Yeah? He's in his corner getting excellent advice. Excellent. When to literally, just because he was out. He was out. And this is why a corner man is important. Your trainer is very, very important. I want to know what Ben was telling him, because why is he turning to that? Why does he look like that? We were talking about stepping up for Crawford. And then even Shane got involved. Shane said, listen, I don't recognize this fighter.
That's right.
I don't recognize, I don't know why he looks like that. Listen. But there's one piece in there where you say, well, Ben, well gone for you, bro, because let's be real. It's looking kind of sketchy.
Them boxer size classes ain't really taking fights to the next level, bro.
Because you can't just be inheriting fighters the way you do, not really training up from young, fam. You're the king of inheritance, bro.
But you know what the crazy thing is, though?
Question.
Go ahead. The crazy thing is this, though, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, you look at what Ben is doing with these guys, and it's like, Ben came out with smoke a little while ago to say that all these other trainers, the reason why none of you lot are getting the opportunities is because you lot don't work as hard as I do. And we're watching the fruits of your labor, and now it's looking funny in the light. Because people are looking at Josh Taylor, a fighter that everybody was respecting highly, including myself, and I still do, but we're looking at him under your tutelage, and he's not looking like the Josh Taylor that we know.
Yeah.
So if man are going backwards under your, you know what I mean? Maybe,
what's going on?
What's really going on?
What's going on? Hold on, is my internet not interneting right now? I don't know. I'm hearing comments in the comment section, but
yeah, they're saying that it's not consistent, but it's occasionally popping.
Really?
Let me read some of these super chats. Yeah.
All right, handle.
All right, Lennox. Trainers matter. Fighters are regressing under Ben Davison. Haney and Josh Taylor are looking trash since they got to Ben. Yeesh. Ash goes, what's going on, bro? Big up the community. CATTERAL got no step aside money. Wow. He didn't even get paid to step aside. Man just did it on a gesture of goodwill vibe. Crazy. Boxer size Ben is the reason Taylor was so crap. He's had career worst performances with Taylor, Fury, and Billy Joe Saunders. Shane cooked him, bruv.
This is what I'm saying, bro. You gotta now start to look at Ben and ask yourself, what's going on? Like, I know they say that he can be cool and calm and collected, but we just gotta look at his career and say, who is he taking from? Like, he's molded a guy, his own guy from the beginning, didn't grab him when he's been learning with someone else, his own fighter, all the way. I mean, it'll be hard for us to do it. This is the issue I have with him as a trainer. You can't give him the respect for what Fury is, because Fury has already really been that, and Fury knew what did he need to change.
He just needs to get back in shape. But for the first fight, he just got back in shape. You know what I mean? Like, Lost Native says Big John Fury called it out early. Yeah, for real. He didn't like him being in the camp at all, especially as number one trainer. So he's got him back in shape. Fury's gone in there and does what Fury knows how to do. After that fight, that man said, okay, enough of the playtime. I'm gonna need a real game plan and a real system to work in. So it's a very interesting situation. He's looking very interesting in the light. That's what I will say. But let's get on to Jordan Gill, fam.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my days. What a actually just before we move on to Jordan Gill, Jack Catterall, just so you know, everybody sees what's happened, fam. Jack Catterall is the undisputed champion now at lightweight. That's it. Right. That is undisputed.
You got all the belts, big man, but you don't have them. Belts. But you mentally, you got all the belts, fam, and hopefully you get to. It's mad. Even the changing of the weight. You need to come and fight me at my weight. Fight me at the weight that was.
Run that straight back, bro.
Don't run it back, fam. About I need to step. No, bruv. If you beat me and it was easy work, quickly match that work and then go about your welterweight business. Are you with me?
Yeah, man. It's mad.
Come on, man.
Anyway, Jordan Gill. What a story.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, watching that fight back, I was like, this is a mad situation. I mean, was it round 6? He gets knocked down, only to get back up and get one of the maddest DDTs I've ever seen.
Not even SmackDown could simulate that DDT that he got, bro. Did you see him looking like The Rock when he's blinking on the ground? He's like,
his eyes afterwards was just like, he went down, bang, and his face was like,
glazed. It was, bro, WrestleMania glazed. I'm telling you, it takes a good wrestler a long time to be able to sell it like that. To sell looking that mashup, bro. Man rolled over. Nah. What in the WrestleMania happened to him?
I'm watching this fight, and because I didn't watch it live, I'm watching it back. And I'm thinking to myself, why are people talking about this being a comeback? Because I'm thinking, he's just going to, for the second half of the fight, he's going to just box his ears off and then call. Because I didn't know it ended in stoppage. Brother, this guy was just chilling in the corner. The fact he was in the corner, I was thinking to myself, this guy's really... His legs are really gone. He decided my best bet is to chill in this corner and wait for my moment. But you know what I started realizing? He was still sharp. For as bad as his legs were gone.
Yeah, kind of sharp.
Still,
kind of,
shots, counter. And I was just like, okay, there's still something in him, but it's a matter of time before he gets stopped. Brother, this guy landed the Hail Mary. I mean,
right hands. Yeah.
That's the type of punch that gets landed in movies.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like end of a Creed type movie, and everyone runs up.
No, literally everyone ran forward. Literally, it was insane. That was for me, that was a big moment.
I'm not gonna lie, I jumped out my seat. You know how long it's been since I've jumped out my seat watching a fight?
Yes.
I was thinking the writing's on the wall, he's gonna get smoked. Them man lied about it being a comeback.
Yeah.
He was out, no counting.
And do you know what it was? It was when the I don't know what you call that, but there was major swelling. Yeah, major swelling, and it got to the point. I thought the ref was gonna say, "I'm gonna call it off," because he's struggling with that. Even though one time he got hit, and then
he held it and just stayed.
And he was like, and they pushed him back, and it was like, "Wait, I don't know what the ref's gonna do right now. This is a crazy moment," but they let them fight on. You know, a fighter was so good when the former champion raises his hand to walk around with him to say, "Look at this man. I gave him my all, but look, that was a mark of like he earned my respect because I knew 100%. I hurt him, but he just decided I'm not quitting up. I'm not gonna give in. Jordan, big up yourself.
Salute, bro. Hey, you know what was nice to see? Like all the fighters ringside encouraging Jordan. Like Chisora ringside, Bellew was there. Like Chisora was chatting to man, bro, big time. I was like, that must make you feel a bit nice mentally. Yeah, I mean, you got big names, chatting to you,
bro. What everyone was there. Everyone was AJ sitting down at the time because I know Israel was sitting down. Look
AJ
at that.
was there with them, man, fam. Imagine you go to the rave, and you're out with your boys, and it gets a bit leery because you've all been drinking. And your boy comes back to you and goes, "Hey, this brother's chatting rubbish, you know." And he's talking to Israel. No,
he's talking to Venom. He's talking to Venom.
And you look at the table. This is the table.
It's a long night.
Oh man,
It is a long night, bro.
I'll tell you right now. You could be my dog. I'm going to that table to smooth things over for myself. I'm going to clear this one up. Lads, listen, what are you men drinking? Let's not even be childish about this. let me get another round.
I'm getting 2 rounds, bro. Because that's long. That's a long night. That's a long.
Could you imagine that you met Junior is the least of your problems in this picture?
I knew that's still a problem.
For him to just let his hands go in the rave. You met Julia in a rave.
He's a major problem. I don't like that.
That's a mad situation.
Is mad. And he's still got Okolie just chilling. Okolie's at the bar, in it, chilling.
Arriving late. Crying out loud.
No, but that was a sweet moment still. So big them up. That was just to move things onto Okolie. Actually, Okolie really tested. Really, I want to say that was a again messy fight. I didn't enjoy it in terms of just visually how that fight came across. It was a bit like
you know what my thoughts were on that fight.
Yeah,
those are the ugly fights that you just have to win.
Yeah,
you just have to win those fights. Like, it was one of those things. It's like you look at it and you say, yeah, it weren't clean. Yeah, the highlights weren't really amazing in this one, but it was a tough fight, and getting the W is the most important thing.
You learn a lot about yourself in those fights. I think, again, I struggle with the pronunciation, but a lot of hits on the back of their head that the referee was just allowing at times. It was, again, it's a cut in your teeth type of fight. We know that Lawrence knows how to knock people out and they stay down. Again, this time, this challenger just somehow just had a bit more in him to just continue fighting, even though it's wobbly. He was wobbly a lot. Like 5th round, we had to. But it was an interesting fight. But again,
the thing is, it's like, let's be real. We've seen Okolie deliver performances like this before. They're ugly. There's a lot of holding. It's messy, but it's one of them ones where it's like, it is important for him to be able to work out of that. Because if he's in a fight like that where he's not the champion, there's no telling which way this thing is going to go.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs that.
He needs to be able to level it up.
Education. And again, you learn a lot more in those 12 rounds than he would have learned, just knocking over man in the 1st or 2nd round and that cool walk off that he does. It was lovely to see. Listen, that moment of just seeing like AJ, Israel, like coming in together, that was fire. Like, again, it was like every Nigerian wanted to just walk in the ring with them. I wanted to. What's that girl that stood up in that Lil Mama? I went to Lil Mama the situation, fam. You know what? She just got involved for no reason, like, and started shooting Jay-Z in that. It felt like that moment to want to walk out with them, but they're like, bro, nah, you have to be a champion.
I hear that, man.
But it was a dope moment, and Okolie once again.
I think what I'd like to see Okolie just get a bit more. How can I say it? Just to be able to enforce his own game plan on a moment like this, because if you're an inside fighter and you watch that, you'd feel like, okay, if I can get inside and then get to work. Some guys, they got the inside game down.
Yeah,
they work well in those quarters. Whereas I feel like Okolie is either gonna hug you and just get out of there. Whereas it's like that. He needs to be able to still impose himself on this guy. That's the word I'm looking for.
Do you know
impose him, create a distance, and get to work and keep it where he wants it, rather than accept what a fighter gives him.
Okolie made a mistake in terms of his prep for the fight. So before this, he got out of serious shape. I think
I saw that post, yeah.
And
I didn't believe it though.
You sure?
Because you know a lot of those milk protein shake adverts, yeah? You can stage those. Man that'll be in tremendous shape can puff out their belly with some bloated, just eat bare pasta.
It looked mad. It looked mad. That didn't look like pasta for one day still. That looked like real enjoyment. That looked like real Christmas enjoyment.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so, and I think he did it to push because he's got a new, it's like the Okolie program. Yeah, it's a new fitness program that he's trying to push. Maybe that might have played some issues because you can't remember if you're going to work on conditioning and get timing, it's a bit difficult because your body's not where it needs to be. You're not at because Okolie knows how to he knows how he's usually good with the timing. So even if you do want to get in on the inside, he won't allow you. is the point I'm making. So now it was weird to see that there was just a difference in terms of getting to Okolie. Like he probably wasn't as sharp as we know him to be. Because I believe that he should get that guy out of it. There was enough in there to get him out of it, but then he was off. He was off a lot more than it was just a really good opponent. But well done to him anyway. And the rabbit punches again, referee, the reffing at times, the points given away. Like anyway.
But listen, all I say is this year, Okolie, bruv, don't do no more experiments with your fitness again. You are a prize fighter. The stakes are way too high for promo. Big man, constantly in shape. Stay in shape, stay in your job, keep improving, keep leveling up.
Never do that again.
Yeah. But you know what? Let's open the lines.
Let's go. People are gonna be listen. So the conversation right now, though. Wait, does anyone in the world believe Josh won that though?
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, I've seen some people tweeting saying I had Josh by 2 rounds, and I'm like, I need to hear. If somebody has that belief, please phone in.
Yeah. And even if you don't, you just want to hear what you're thinking about Jack. Like, 100%. How should this be fixed? Because if you're Jack, when you go to your changing room and stuff, what are you saying to yourself? What's the word to really help you with, like, to understand what just happened?
Well, if you're Jack Catterall's guy,
you're Jack in the changing room right now, and you should be the undisputed champion. I want to know, but anyway, let's do it. Let's bring the people in. Lost Native up first.
Calm vibes.
Lost Native, you're live.
What's going on, bro?
I'm well. How are you guys doing?
Really good. Come on, in the situation, talk to us, man. Again, we was it a robbery? Do you believe Josh won?
Absolutely a robbery. Hometown fighter decision. There's no two ways about it. I don't know what he's drinking, saying that type of stuff like, I want a close fight. You were washed. They beat you up. He got beaten up. And it was shocking to see. But I think over and above the robbery, Sky Boxer, the business of building fighters, the undercards have been a difficult watch the past 3 weeks. I've suffered to the main event. There was a brother there, MJ Hall, with 82 losses, 2 wins, like a proper delivery, man. Where are they finding these guys? And I'm like, no. They need to build fighters.
Delivery, man.
No. I suffered to the main event.
That is hilarious, bro.
I'm a fan that really likes to watch the undercard because I feel like the year develops watching. Oh, he traveled through the undercards. He's got his chance, but these ones,
it's getting mad.
But
I'll show you, bro.
It has been interesting, but and I think also with Okolie, he isn't as good as we're thinking. I think he's an athletic man with big hands, but his boxing ability, I don't even think it was his opponent doing the smothering. Okolie was smothering. He was the man aggressive, moving forward, and when he steps in, he's got this low kind of shoulder roll thing, but his jaw's all exposed. There's not a lot of head movement to set up some shots. I don't know, man. Okolie, Eubank Jr., the jury's out. Eubank Jr., the jury's out.
No, we can't say that. Not to a world champ.
Bloody hell.
Not to a world champ. You can't get that off, bro.
There've been many world champions that have held belts in a 4-belt era, and we were like, but how did this brother do it? People can fight for a vacant world title against a nobody. I don't think Okolie's that good.
So
I think that he's yet to be properly tested.
Do you think all of the clinching and smothering was due to Okolie? You can't tell me he's like in there trying to evade by being rough inside, bro.
No, I'm not saying all of it, but I'm saying his lack of technique and boxing prowess allows that to happen because his punches are wide and clubbing, not really straight down the pipe. So a person that comes into a hold will be straight down the pipe, stiff jab,
That is a wild take, That's crazy. I think that's like
this man's won every belt at pretty much every level. It's kind of nuts.
No, that's a wild take. I can't believe it. Yes, again, he did. There were some things that didn't look good. He was getting hit the way I haven't seen him hit before. Yeah, I believe again when I talk about just conditioning and coming to the fight ready, I believe there was some overlooking in this fight. I don't think Okolie was as sharp as we've seen Okolie need to be.
And also, he's been better than this.
He's way better than this. We haven't
So
seen this.
You can't judge him.
We haven't seen a hugger like this he hasn't been hugging like this in time. You know what I mean?
No, he has been
His
better.
timing was off. The one thing is his timing was off, and certain times when he's off, he can just look hella sluggish. It wasn't nice to watch. That fight wasn't nice to watch. I'll be honest. You know what I mean? But I doubt I would never call him. I'd never call him like a man said Eubank Jr. Blood.
Yeah.
That was too strong. That was not. Is there anyone in here that wants to defend your boy Okolie? Let me know right now. Like literally 1 second. That was so disrespectful. But
Cheerio, guys.
Take care, bro.
See you later. That's what a take, bro.
Mad take, fam.
That's mad.
October Red.
Let's go. Red settings.
I was just stuffing my face with food. Sorry. I didn't even think I'd be on here yet.
What are you having?
Don't worry about that. I've been slapping.
That sounds like McDonald's.
It sounds like a strong Mackie D's, fam.
Nah, don't eat that dead food.
Just croutons in it. Croutons and just I don't even know. Anyway, let's not try to work out what October's eating.
Yes, let's not do that. Right. Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with
Ben?
Davison.
Starting with Ben. I'm going to start with Jack, and it.
Let's go.
Jack put on a really good performance.
Yeah.
He clearly studied Josh, because every time Josh tried to do what Josh does, which is get inside and beat you the hell up, you couldn't get near him. He was nullifying it by that shoulder barge. So he just barging back and then just keeping back with the jab. It was beautiful to watch, really entertaining. I was there, sat there, media ringside.
Come on.
Yeah.
I saw Josh just, he wasn't himself. As in, he didn't perform. Like, he went out there and he was like, shit, is this how my man's really boxing? Corner help. That's what I saw. And that's my perspective. That's what I saw. Yeah. People would disagree or whatever, but that's my perspective.
He was to the corner a lot, innit?
Okay. So I wasn't the only one that saw it then. So obviously he got outboxed. Was it a close fight? No. The thing is, when you go in against someone, it doesn't matter what you've done before, you're judged in that fight. Yes. And Jack made Josh look poor.
Yes.
It was, and maybe some of that is a shock that we're not used to seeing Josh look like that. So the scales are kind of tipped. So it's like, when, say, maybe we'd seen Josh perform not so well before, it might have been a little bit more balanced. But because we were so shocked that Jack had done that, it was like we just couldn't, it wouldn't register, it wouldn't compute. And it's like, this is a robbery, as everyone screams. Like, that's the first thing we scream. Yeah, Jack won. I don't think it was close. But I knew that something was going to happen when it went to the scorecards, because obviously it's home turf. The crowd's like screaming in there. There could have been.
What was the atmosphere like? What was that atmosphere like?
It was amazing. It was electric. However, the fight fans were kind of like, yeah, I'm Scottish, but Jack won. And that's a couple of them that I spoke to. Even though they were like, but I'm still going to back my boy. Yeah. But they were honest with how they felt. They weren't like, they weren't biased. They weren't that biased. They were quite open and honest. But I spoke to Josh at a pre-fight presser, and you could see from the body language of everybody that was in the presser that they knew what it was, but you have to save face. This is the political side of boxing that the casuals or the fans will never get. It's just one of them. They've got to steadfast and kind of like, Josh, he's got to back himself up and say, yeah, I won the fight, even though
you could see it. You could see it even how the body language reacted. As soon as the fight was won and he saw, like, I'm gonna put this clip up there. There you go. Like, you see, Josh, he can't believe it. That's the shock. Like, you got one guy celebrating, And it's even down to Jack's up on a shoulder, like enjoying. And then after, real quick, you see the flip side. You see the flip side of the decision. And even in the decision, they still can't believe it. It's even when it's announced. So it's like, that's the problem sometimes. And this is where you ask yourself, our boxing, man, it's like, how does Jack get over that? Like,
he can't, because it doesn't matter. Even if somebody says, oh, here's the belts that you should have won. It's going to leave a bitter taste. You're not going to want it. You want to win them outright.
You didn't get
because at the end of the day, what the judges say is what happens. Those are the rules. So hindsight's a wonderful thing. Overturning the decision, by the way, I can't see that happening.
Yeah.
But that's just my opinion. But they've got to, because of the public outrage, they've got to look at it. The public outrage. Sky Sports, Boxer, whatever, everyone. But I asked Ben in the post-fight presser, what was your game plan when Josh was coming back into the corner? To adjust because he's down on the cards. What did you say to him to help him adjust? And I'll let you watch the post-fight presser for his answer. But I just don't think there were any answers there. And this is what happens, because I'm no boxing coach. I don't coach boxing, but I understand it. But the way that he could have nullified what Jack was doing is the use of pivots and angles and just slightly moving off to his left, catching CATTERAL with like a hook and an uppercut, just slight different movements instead of coming straight on.
That shoulder
but like
roll.
I said, I'm no coach.
Yeah.
So it's not down to me, and I can sit on my sofa in comfort and say, yeah, I would have done this, but
the thing is,
it is what it is.
But you're right though, like he boxed his ears off. Like that shoulder roll was giving Josh Taylor nightmares. He couldn't land any of his shot. That overhand left,
because it was nullifying it. Because every time he wanted to get inside, he'd just push him back.
Yep, little bump to the stomach.
It was boxing brain. This is what happens when you study your opponent and you really study them and you look at all the detail that they do and you think, well, how are we going to nullify this? Everyone says, you must have a bit of instinct about you. And that was what was needed when Josh came back into the corner. He needed to search for that instinct. What are we going to do now? Because we've got to switch up the game plan to win this fight.
And it comes down to, and that's what I'm saying, and this is like, you don't have to say stuff like this, but I'll say it, bro. It comes down to the thought of, you need your coach, you need your corner. Your corner can get you through a nightmare. That's what I'm saying.
The third eye
you for a nightmare. As you said, Jordan Gill was going through a nightmare, and he was in his corner listening. Because that was the only thing that's going to get him through it. Because we saw he had nothing left. Even when he won, even after with a celebration, he almost fell over. You know what I mean?
Because he lost all of his balance because of his eardrums.
There you go. And they got him through it. We could just hear the relationship is key.
Caldwell, him and Caldwell, they was talking to him right through the round.
You can't beat the bond. The bond is so important because that person is your everything. When you feel like you can't go on, that is the calming voice or the voice of reason that makes you feel comfortable and confident to be able to go back out there and do what you need to do.
That's right.
It's so important, and that's why your stable should be small. And I'm going to move on to Okolie. Okolie met Cieslak, who I think it was either Ash or Base told me to go and look at Cieslak. So I did. I've seen what happened with Makabu. So we kind of like got a little bit of a feel for this guy that he's not really a pushover. Okolie has improved, as we saw with the Glowacki fight. That was a one fight. However, what Cieslak did is and this is exactly what Jack did. If you're going to look at boxers, they changed the fight into their own. Yeah. Cieslak changed the fight, as Jack did, into their fight. So Cieslak mirrored what Okolie usually does with the clinches. Yes. I don't know why Okolie was getting so much grief about the clinching, because it wasn't him.
There you go. He grabbed it.
So Cieslak was drawing him, hitting him behind the back of the head, and then Okolie's trying to box.
Yes.
He's trying to box at range. He's going into the corner. Shane is giving him clear, concise, beautiful instruction. But then Okolie is then reverting to Cieslak, which is the older Okolie. That's what I saw. But I'm telling you now, it was Cieslak that was clinching the hell out of him. and he was really leaving Okolie
And
with
very
no
clever
options
with it
but
as well, because they'll come in for the clinch and he'll grab his hands underneath and it'll look like Okolie's got it. And then the referee's like, thank you.
It wasn't Okolie.
Just to balance it out, there was some clinching from Okolie though, but
it's because he pulled him into that fight. He changed the fight. He changed the narrative. So Okolie reverted to type.
Yeah,
and we've seen that if you've got like I said, you've got to be able to really study your opponent, but still have that instinct to see what you've got to do. Okolie's got beautiful, lovely, long limbs. He just needed to keep that distance, keep that range, just box and move back and not let him
fall off.
Yeah, from he knocked him down in the second round. That guy was like, "I'm not staying on the outside to get another one of these."
There you go.
Straight to your chest. Yeah.
There you go. Because Okolie's powerful. He's got beautiful power. I like him anyway. I think he's a good boxer. I think Shane, is a really good trainer, and his instructions were clear.
Come on.
So there you go.
Red. Again, gems. I like it though. Ringside. Anything happened that we didn't? Look, those are looking like them after eights, fam.
After eights. That's
No, it's just pure dark chocolate. Just what I like.
I'll leave you two to it, shall I?
What? I'm in a long relationship.
What the hell?
That was so funny though. Wale don't have it.
Prayers out for Usyk, Loma, and the Klitschko's too, bruv. I'm seeing these men doing frontline settings, man. I hope these men are okay. I hope this thing. Oh, bruv. Oh, it's mad. It's so mad. Seeing pictures of the Klitschko's in the army attire, fam.
Well, do you know? I said to you, yeah. So me and you spoke this week about that, yeah. And I said, wait, hold on, let me a second. We both had this conversation. I said, raw. Imagine Usyk, yeah, coming back to fight AJ after that experience.
Fam.
He's not gonna. There's no war of words or mental mind games you can play, yeah. When you've been warring with my man.
It's done. It's very much done. But like obviously a bigger serious one, it's like, yo, I hope these men are safe still.
Of course.
Straight.
Of course.
All right, let's get man like A in. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, bro? Talk to us, man. What are you saying?
Just want to comment on a daylight robbery we witnessed up in Scotland. It was just it was crazy. I feel for the guy. He boxed him. He beat him, and something that a lot of people didn't mention, but he actually sparred in America a lot. He sparred in the Mayweather gyms, and he sparred in America a lot in his early career. So that's just something I've been saying for a long time. Is if you're a young professional, go to America ASAP. If you can survive in Las Vegas and you're holding your own, you got a chance. If you're just smashing it in little gyms in Sheffield and that, and you're not doing it in the stateside, then I'm sorry, you're gonna get found out in the world stage. And you can see how these movements, what he learned, the veteran movements. He sparred Mayweather, he sparred Canelo. That's what they're saying, and you can see what he learned in the ring.
Could it be though? Sometimes where a boxer just decides that, as when we saw it with Teofimo, with Loma, when he's like, I'm watching you, I've got my eye on you, because let's not forget, he didn't take the step aside, man. He said, go on, unify. So he's had his eye on this guy for the longest time. He's had so long to work a game plan, and it was perfect. The only thing that went wrong is he was robbed by the judges. So sometimes I know you can say, you know what, like, go to America, go and this about. If I've got a beeline, like, it's almost like Kell Brook in the terms of Kell Brook just had a plan for Amir Khan and Amir Khan only. That was his, like, I'm gonna beat that guy no matter, like, I know exactly how to beat him. And sometimes we'll need to see Jack in his next couple fights, but he might just have the ingredient for that fighter there.
No.
No,
Put
you
some
have a
respect
point.
on that performance, though.
No,
That
I'm
No,
putting,
you got
performance
a
there.
point.
I'm putting respect on it, but I'm saying sometimes, you know, when you're gunning for someone
Yeah.
and you literally, it's if he does that, we're gonna do this. If he does, like, literally,
Yeah.
that
I
all
hear
the
you.
way.
But Catterall's he's a skilled fighter. Like after that
Yeah.
performance, I went back and watched some of his older performances. I was like, how did I miss this guy? Like what?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, this guy's a skilled fighter, bro. Like he's holding his own.
He put some heat on Josh. There's reason why Josh, felt the power. He felt the power, and he
Yeah.
got good combinations. I was surprised with his combinations. They're quite fast, very powerful, and he couldn't do his usual bully tactics.
And he put him
'Cause-
down.
yeah, because Josh is a big guy for a weight. He's massive. So
Mhm.
what he does, he's what I always say. He's the Jarrett Hurd of 140. That's what he is, guys. He's a Jarrett Hurd of 140.
Okay.
It's simple as that.
He ain't playing, boy, man.
When he goes to 147, he's food. Everyone's gonna eat him. Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Ennis. Forget about Spence and Crawford. The young ones are gonna feast on him. So it's gonna be. I don't know where he goes from here. He's definitely not. I can't see him winning a title at 147. I cannot see him winning a title. Even though he's 5'10", he's not really a muscular 5'10". He's kind of a slim 5'10".
He's
So
very
I don't know.
lanky. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like long, slim limbs, so I
But
can't
it
see
depends
him
how he
doing
feels
that.
out. It depends how he feels out.
Yeah, I just can't see him. I think it's just genetics. He doesn't look like that type
But
of guy.
also, sorry to cut you, man. But also, when southpaws come up against other southpaws, remember these men are very comfortable fighting orthodox fighters.
There you go.
When they go up against southpaws, it's as uncomfortable as it is for other orthodox fighters to fight southpaws because they rarely come across them.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably going to do better against another orthodox fighter being a southpaw. But Jack
But
just has
Spence is a southpaw. Crawford is a switch hitter. Ugat Ugat loves southpaws. He's not a southpaw himself, but all of Cuba is southpaw, so he practiced on them. He's very comfortable. So what are you gonna do now? You know what I mean?
He's going to
So
sleep. That's what he's doing.
Listen,
Yeah.
again, amazing, bro. Amazing caller, fam. Literally. Just moving things forward as well. We've got Fury. We're hearing that for Fury and the press conference tomorrow. Fury versus
Finally.
Dillian.
I'm excited still.
Where's White? He's been gone. He's been unusually quiet. I hope that he doesn't go into a shell in the press conference and he gives as good as he gets, because Fury lives off that. He gets some energy from feeling like he sort of owned you in the press conference. So I hope that White has practiced a few lines, got some stuff written down that he can say some witty stuff. Maybe someone can sit next to him and tell him.
Maybe it would be good for him to do.
Yeah.
I think if he's got secrets about Fury, nothing too wild, but embarrassing secrets, that would be something that could make someone a bit uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean?
I think you mentioned before that the guy's name is actually Luke, not Tyson.
But that's not really embarrassing. Do you know
Wait,
what I mean?
No, but yeah.
Sometimes them rude Jamaicans that can just say something that's a normal fact, but they make it sound mad funny. So when he's like, he done it to AJ, it's like, your name's Femi. Why you?
Yeah.
You know his name's Femi, but he carried on saying it over and over again until I started to enjoy it. I was like, yeah, his name's Femi still.
He lost his hit after the first couple of times. After that, it's like, okay, we know this now.
1 second, let me RZ. Whatever your super chat was, just write it again, and because I've been looking for it, I can't even find it. So just write it normal. Don't have to do a super chat, and then we'll put it up on the screen.
It's gonna be a good fight, man. Fury and White. It's gonna be a good fight. But what about I wanted to mention about Okolie. He's gone back to his old habits again. He's gone back to his old habits again, guys.
I don't think he's gone back. I think the style of the opponent, that it made it that type of fight rather than him reverting, because he tried.
He needs to learn. He needs to learn how to fight from the inside. Otherwise, he's gonna be AJ 2.0 again. AJ is not comfortable on the inside, and now everyone figured out. Now let me go inside. Usyk was just sitting in a pocket the whole time. He didn't mind because he knows that he's more comfortable in the inside. So I think when he needs to fix that now, quickly, before he challenges Bradis and the other guys, he needs to fix that. Get him at the inside fight and learn how to do that, because otherwise people who are more seasoned than him, who are comfortable in the inside, and his arms, by the time they go and reach that other person, the other guy maybe if he's shorter than him, squeezed in a combination. You know, so
I think it's unfair I think it's unfair after one. It was just one bad performance in terms of he's got better in every single fight.
No, he's a good fighter, but Eddie Hearn moves his fighters very quick. That's another thing.
Thing is, though, it's
Hearn,
like,
so
you got to remember though, if you're in there with Okolie, you have to stay inside range,
yes,
right, in a way that doesn't allow him to bang your head off, because he's got power that can stop anyone. So if you're gonna fight Okolie, the game plan is always going to be to try and get to his chest and stay there. Let's be real.
You won't get knocked out on the inside. You'll get knocked out on the outside when he has full leverage and he's actually, that punch has traveled. Then you're going to get knocked out. But when it's inside, it doesn't have a chance for a punch to travel.
Yeah, the inside fighting does need some sharpening up.
That's what he needs to do, yeah. But McGugan's a good trainer. I think that he will do the job. But Ben Davison's going to be under big, serious fire now. It's going to be funny to see what other people say about him now.
Listen, thank you so much, brother. Amazing call. Big up yourself, man. Stay blessed.
Take care, bro.
Cool, man. I need to read this, and I'm going to ask a question to the community as well, yeah? Here we go. My super chat was your man's opinion on what the Fury press conference face-off is going to end up. Are we going to see some shoving? And will Fury have his army there with his dad and his brother Shane? But let me ask this question. Do you believe that, do you actually think Dylan's going to come? Because some now people are saying it might be, they're saying that it might be on Zoom or like he might not show up. Like, and do you think it's a bad thing for him not to show up? So these are the questions I want to ask, not you, Trav. I'm going to ask it to the community. We'll deal with that in the pod. Here you go. Yo, look at him sit rotted.
Look at Maestro doing R&B, you know. R&B Maestro, yeah?
In the Lucy Pearl situation, no, man's got the what Maestro?
I didn't know when I was gonna come on, so I had to relax. Hold on, let me copy KG's style real quick.
Hey, that hat is rubbish. I mean, what was even that? I hate that hat that you're wearing, but
hey, bro. You're repping Arsenal.
It, bro.
You're repping Arsenal Brave, bro. I salute you, bro.
It is what it is, guys. So
soldier in the Arsenal trenches, fam. I respect it.
You know, look, first off, you know, I gotta, you know, say that I hope this whole crisis out there ends real quick, you know. So that the people in Donetsk, in Luhansk, in the Ukraine, and in Russia, obviously, like hopefully peace will surpass all. And you know, I think that the idea of sending more weapons over there is like the dumbest shit ever. So I mean, the answer to this isn't more violence. They got to come to a peaceful agreement. So I'll just leave it at that in that regard. But look, I'm probably in the minority on this, but I don't really see what happened on Saturday like a robbery. You know, I think that personally, I thought that CATTERAL won the fight. But I thought it was a close fight. You know, and you know,
when you say close, how many rounds did you give to? How many rounds were you giving to Josh?
Well, I'll get into that in a second in terms of scoring fights, because I think that's a big problem as well. But I mean, I saw a robbery when that kid Sonny Martinez got totally robbed against Campbell Haddon. That to me, that's a robbery. You know, unequivocal beat down, and then they give it to the other man. You know, to me, that's a robbery. This is a guy losing a close fight that I thought he won.
You thought this fight was close?
I thought it was close, and I'll tell you why I thought it was close. I didn't think he finished the fight strong at all. I mean, I thought that those last few rounds, when a real emphasis, an exclamation point needed to be put on the win, that it didn't get that kind of rubber stamp. You know, at least me casually watching it at home. But this is my issue right here. Right, with scoring fights at home. I've been ringside for fights, and I tend to find that when I'm ringside for fights and I'm scoring a fight, my cards are definitely a lot closer to judges' official scorecards than when they are when I'm sitting at home. And I think there's a number of reasons for that. I've said this before, but I'll say it again. If anyone has heard me say this before, my apologies. But at the end of the day, you two guys would not be cool with judges sitting ringside with headphones on, listening to Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, and Joe Tessitore in their ears, right? Or that's who we had covering the fight.
Yeah.
ESPN covered it, and they always kick off the UK people and take over. Who does it for Sky? Is it Adam Smith, Johnny Nelson? Like, who is it?
It's that team. It rotates.
Okay, there you go. So imagine if you're judging a fight, and the entire fight you hear people talking about the fight in your ears and giving their opinion. We wouldn't want judges doing that, but that's literally what people do when they score a fight at home.
But then,
right?
I
mean that's bias right there. Even if it's on a subconscious level, that's still bias.
How biased? If we look at the numbers, where's the bias with these type of stats?
Can you see that, Maestro?
I can see it. I just had to dead a phone call real quick.
No pros, but you can see that. That's a
no, I know. Look, and I said I thought CATTERAL won the fight. Now here's the thing: when you score a fight, you don't give a winner and a loser based on total punch stats across all rounds. Fights are scored round by round, so you could have situations where guys are totally dominating for 5 rounds. And then for 7 rounds, the fight is a lot closer, but the punch stats were heavily weighted in the rounds where the guy totally dominated the fight. That's happened a lot in fights, and in fact, that was used many times to discredit wins by guys like Floyd Mayweather, who may have lost a few rounds, or people were putting up big stats on him in certain rounds, and then he'd win rounds later on. But this is an argument for half-point scoring, right? You win a fight by a lot, you get 10 points. Sorry, you win a round by a lot, you get 10 points. You win a round by a little bit, you get a 9.5. There are people who advocate for that kind of scoring because at the end of the day, if you totally dominate a fight, totally dominate a round, why should you get 10 points for that, but also get 10 points if you barely scrape by in a round? So that's kind of a problem with. Go ahead.
I do hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying in regards to the overall concept of boxing, but in regards to this specific fight, we're talking about a guy who won around 8 or 9 rounds, knocked him down. They both lost the point, so that kind of cancels each other out.
Terrible refereeing by Ronald McDonald.
What was the
however we does it, but we're looking at a fight here that CATTERAL categorically won. Like, there's no, I don't know how you see it another way.
No, I said that sitting at home, I thought he won the fight, but I'm not a judge. I wasn't scoring it. And like I said, you cannot say that Josh Taylor did not win multiple rounds in that fight. Like, did you guys see the fight that took place between Garcia and Colbert?
I haven't
seen
get that. No, I didn't see that.
Okay, because in that fight too, Garcia dropped Colbert, who by the way lost. It was a huge upset. He was like an 18-1 favorite, right? And lost almost every round clearly. Like if they give that fight, if they had given that fight to Colbert, to me that would have been a robbery. This was a guy losing.
Maestro, 1 second. I think what we're doing right now is a bit weird because it's almost saying, well, that one's more of a robbery than this one, so this one's not really a robbery. No, I was robbed. Even if that happened over there, let's focus on what happened in this round.
How many rounds you guys scored the fight?
So how many rounds did you give to Josh? Is what I want to understand. So just know what your scorecard's looking like.
Well, I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this in the chat, but I'm
go ahead.
Back to what I just said. At the end of the day, whatever I score, I stopped scoring fights at home a while ago, and I'll tell you why.
You told us why.
Number one, I don't need Tim Bradley and Andre Ward and Joe Tessitore in my ears constantly bothering me and annoying me and telling me what they see happening. Because then I'm like, damn, did they just say that? And then I start focusing on stuff other than the fight. I'm now starting to focus on the fact that I think their commentary is like way off. Not to mention the fact that, we have the privilege of multiple camera angles at home. We have the privilege of, instant replays. We have the privilege of a lot of things that a guy who's sitting at ringside necessarily doesn't always have when he's watching the fight from below, sitting at one angle. So I'm not here trying to excuse the judges. I thought they got it wrong, but honestly, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say because I'm gonna piss people
say it.
off.
You've dragged this thing on long enough,
bro.
Say it,
I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that like English people are really upset that their boy lost in Scotland and that they are calling it home cooking and that they're having a tough time digesting the fact that this happened. That's number one. That's number one. And number two, honestly, number two is actually more important than number one. Number two is actually that when a guy is such an underdog, right, and he's winning the fight and he's dropping the favorite, people are amazed by it, and then everything that happens after that knockdown is like, wow, this dude's dominating the fight. But honestly, sitting back home,
this is a crazy
right?
performance for me today,
Sitting back home, right? I thought that Josh Taylor took the later rounds. But like I said, I still think CATTERAL won the fight. I just don't understand, like you literally think that this is the worst thing that's ever happened in boxing. Like, we haven't seen worse scorecards than this before.
It doesn't matter if worse
scorecards like this all the time.
It doesn't matter if worse things have happened, bro. That does not justify more worse things happening.
Well, they're literally acting like they're like, oh, we need all these.
Right, I've had enough.
No, my show. Do you know what? I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this to you. I'm gonna play this to you. Listen.
You are an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat.
This is outrageous from my show.
You know the robbery was
a
robbery.
Not being a robbery is because other robberies have happened.
Okay. Let me. Okay, I'll rephrase what I'm saying. Okay, it was a bad decision. I from the beginning I said it was a bad decision. I think that the reaction to the bad decision is a little over the top. Is what I'm saying.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So let's look at
a little over the top. It's a little over the top.
Jack CATTERAL stepped aside so that he could go and unify and become the undisputed champion. He
comes
back, gets his shot, beats the man in the ring, and then loses it. Jack CATTERAL is not a big name in England. This is not a case of us getting upset because of our guy.
But he's the Rocky. He's the English Rocky. You're rooting for the English.
I promise you.
No one in the UK was.
Nobody is rooting for Jack CATTERAL in that way. You understand? He's not that. There's no storyline there. This was supposed to be a routine defense, and now we're looking at Crawford. A guy from the UK is going to go and beat Crawford. That's how the story was going to go for
no. He was never going to beat Crawford.
I'm talking about the story. So you're saying we're getting behind Jack because it's a UK England versus Scotland thing?
That's how they were promoting the fight. That's how they were promoting the fight.
That's what they were moving mad in America because they probably were giving you Braveheart scenes and that. They went too far.
They were. Maybe that's my bias here because watching this promotion, they're showing me drone footage and like they're acting like it's scenes from Braveheart over here. They're talking about the Scotland people fighting against kings. This is literally the coverage I was seeing on my ESPN
that's
broadcast.
how they promoted Tyson Fury to you guys. That's why you guys love him.
I guess I got set up. The fact is, here in the United States, it's unfortunate. I'm going to be honest, but they promote boxing a lot based on these like ethnic divisions and nationalities and stuff. So look, I'm a victim of what I saw Saturday night in terms of all of this Scotland versus Britain versus England stuff. I'll admit that. The coverage was terrible. The coverage was terrible.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. That's what did it. Once again. So even though you didn't want to be like done on by Joe Tessitore and them lot, you were done over by the
bro. But this is my problem with these broadcasts, right? Because if I turn down the volume to try to listen to a fight, at that point I'm losing my enjoyment of the fight. I mean, I'm not hearing the punches landing. I'm not hearing the crowd. I'm not getting the ambiance and the feeling of what's happening. You know what I mean? But then if I listen to the commentary, it's nonstop trash. So look,
Bruce has asked to jump in because he wants to speak. So
that's fine.
Bruce
hey, what's up, fellas? What's up, fellas, man?
What's good,
brother? Maestro, I've got to strongly disagree, man. Like, firstly, I think the Scotland England thing you're talking about has nothing to do with the fact that you said it was very close. I don't think anyone in there.
I never said it was very. I never said it was very.
Yes, you did. Rewind back.
Okay. If I said it, I said it.
Here's the thing, and you talked about ringside and judging at home. I have not seen one person ringside, at home, in the arena, anywhere that thinks it was a close fight. at all.
You gotta check out my brother Joe Habib, ringside reporter, and Eric Lorda, because they also thought
one out of
kind of 115, 113 kind
maybe
of fight.
Maybe 1 out of 1,000. There's always going to be outliers. 1 out of 1,000.
Okay.
There's always going to be that. But if you look
fair.
at every pundit, people that didn't even really know Jack that well, people who actually love Josh Taylor, came out and said, hands up in the air. This guy lost the fight. It was a robbery. It's unfair. And the part that's unfair is that it was for Undisputed, Unified, and Ring Magazine. He will never be able to get that again. That's what's upsetting. If it was just a regular loss, let's run it back. Let's do it again. Yeah, no problem. He's never going to be able to do this again. And by all means, of everyone watching this fight, 99.9% of people, whether you're technically proficient at watching boxing or not, they unequivocally thought he won this fight clearly. It was no close whatsoever. If you think it was close, then there must be a hidden agenda behind it, because I don't know one person who says it was for me anyway. Maybe your guys you're talking about, I don't know what they were watching.
Yeah, I'm talking about ringside reporter live. You can check out their show. But to me, let me ask you something, Bruce. Is 150? Do you consider 115, 113 a close fight?
For Jack?
No, I'm saying as a scorecard, is that a close fight? Would you have been happy if Jack won 115, 113?
I mean, I would have been happy if he won, but that doesn't represent what everybody saw.
Okay, hold up. I'm asking a question, right? We're trying to, because I said close fight. So I want to clarify what I meant when I was talking about my viewing of the fight. What kind of card is close and what kind of card is not close to you? Because if somebody wins 115, 113, to me, that's a close scorecard.
Just to interject, Maestro, you did say you didn't score it, so I'm wondering where you got that score from.
No, I'm referencing Joe Habib, ringside reporter live.
And to me, to be honest with you,
I didn't score the fight, which is why I'm saying my opinion on the scoring really doesn't matter, because A, I'm at home, B, I'm listening to Andre Ward, Tim Bradley, and Joe Tessitore. And I don't trust the ability of most people to score a fight at home. I just don't. Especially when nonstop. But I'm getting biased commentary in my ears.
But your case was watching it at home. You have the benefit of all these angles, which is why you give grace to judges. But if watching it at home to see all the angles and get a full version of what's happening allows you to have an accurate view of the fight, surely you're in a better position to see what's going on, right?
What I'm saying is watching it from home, Trav, right, is not the same at watching it in person. So your scorecards are likely going to be different. And yes, you do have the benefit of multiple camera angles, instant replays, and all of these other things. It's like if you're watching a football match and a referee gets the call wrong, but you've seen it 5, 6, 7 times afterwards on instant replay from zoom in angles and everything. Hell yeah, you have a better view of what happened on the pitch. It's the same in boxing between rounds when they're showing you clips of what happened in the ring.
But you can still be biased at a boxing match in terms of if it's the home fighter and he's landing shots that are not really landing and the crowd is still getting up for them.
Maestro, let me just
100%. And again, that's a bias that referees are going to have when they're scoring a fight in one man's home territory. So it happens all the time.
Maestro, let me ask you on the same question you asked me. I'll ask you the corollary.
Yeah, go for it.
If you think that the 114, 111 card from Ian John Lewis was
that was crazy. That was crazy.
Okay.
That was absolutely ridiculous. And here's the other thing.
To me, the general consensus for what I've seen, watching that fight, and in the beginning of the fight, and most people will tell you, our Discord will tell you, like, people were like, Josh, whatever, he's probably going to win the fight. Like, who's this Jack guy, whatever. Like, that was probably it. Yeah. And from he started landing that jab and his boxing the first 3 or 4 rounds, everyone was like, no way. This guy's going to do it. Afterwards, the general consensus was, to me, even if I was like trying to find a way that like Josh could win it, I gave Josh 3 rounds maximum. 4 if I'm being super, like.
Bruce, I don't have a problem with that at all. And I mean, you don't even need to go that far about what you thought. I mean, just listen to Ben Davidson's instructions in the corner going into the later rounds. Like, it didn't sound like he was very confident that his charge was winning. My thing here is not whether or not I thought Jack Catterall won the fight. I'm totally in agreement with everyone. Watching at home, not scoring the fight, the takeaway I had was that he won the fight. My criticism earlier with bringing up the English Scotland thing has mostly been in terms of the reaction of the English media to this verdict.
Before you brought that up, you said it was a very close fight. You sounded extremely negative.
Okay, now we're adding very to the word close. I don't know if I went as far as to say very close, but at the end of the day, if I did or not, I mean, to me, a 115-113 scorecard is a close fight. And I don't think anyone would have complained. I think that bad scorecard has taken things to the next extreme. Go ahead,
I'm sorry. I'm livid, bro. You're doing too much semantics.
Yeah.
You're doing close to very close, and I said it was, bro. Yes, 115, 113 is close, but we are contesting the whole scoring. So those scorecards.
I'm putting my fighter out there. We're gonna fight another day. Listen, my show. I'm gonna pull you out. I didn't want to hear
this guy.
Big G, one more time though. And the killer is we always know the accountant's gonna show up with mad receipts.
So boys, I just wanted to talk about two more things quick.
One second, let me pull my fire out. Let me just quickly let him promote his situation. 1 second, I'm coming back to you, Bruce. Here you go. Maestro, let them know where we can find you as well. Let the people know.
Yeah, so Maestro A, Maestro A, that's my channel. I go with my brother Kenny T.
Come on, Kenny.
You know, Catterall fans, I'm with y'all. I thought he won the fight. I just like the reaction to me has just been crazy.
Catterall fans.
There's a little crazy. I mean, obviously he's gained a lot of fans since Saturday, has he not? I think he has.
We watched the fight. I'll be honest. I watched the fight because I know Josh Taylor and I know what Josh Taylor does. I don't really know too much about Catterall. I found out that stuff after the fight. Real. So for me, I saw an injustice, and that's why I'm like, we're speaking on it, and I'm kind of passionate about it because it's a violation, not because I'm a mad Catterall fan.
Fist up in the air, then injustice.
You're a cheat.
Get the hell out of here, man.
You're an absolute disgrace. You're a cheat.
Come on, let's go.
So the other
He's a wind-up, fam. He's a wind-up.
I swear he must have been trolling. There's no way he can be serious. So the other fight you guys haven't mentioned that I wanted to mention was the Siobhan Clark dude. I don't know if you guys saw him.
Oh yes. We met him at fight
Let me tell you, like a bunch of us in the Discord got gassed. Puneet had to burst our bubble and put us back down to reality real quick. Which, you know, when you see a fighter like that, you can't help but get gassed. Like the dude had a lot going for him. Like personality, the way he came, the way he fought, the way he moved, his post-fight with IFL. Like I thought to myself, this guy seriously go. Oh man, seriously go all the way. I thought a good fight to make, maybe in a couple of fights time, would be him and Riakporhe. Because I felt what he showed me that fight, he showed me a lot more than Riakporhe has. Just generally. Like the movement, the ability. No, she already got upset.
October's not going to be happy about that. I already know right now.
But you know, I don't know if it's too soon, and I do get gassed when I see like prospects like this quick, because I'm like, oh shit, could this be the one? And he was, I mean, look at his footwork. When have you last seen the footwork like that from a cruiser? And segueing onto that, the Okolie thing, I feel like one thing that Shane didn't do, and I was surprised at, and I've never saw Okolie do, is when you see long range fighters, the one thing that people want to try and do is stay out of that range. So they want to come inside. So what they learn to do is throw uppercuts, move, know how to land when people are trying to do that. And to me, it was similar to what Amir Khan does. When he gets in a fluster 3 and 4 rounds in with a new trainer, he reverts to type. So yeah, I'm doing the new things I learned, but suddenly when the thing's not working, I'm just gonna revert to scrap. And to me, Okolie reverted to just wanting to land the right hand. When the other guy was grabbing him, I'll grab back. He never went back and reset and said, okay, let me do this. Like Shane kept on saying, 1-2 down the middle. Like, don't smother your own work. And to me, that was the biggest downfall that Okolie did. And I really hope he doesn't do that, because if he wants to go up to heavyweight, he can't do that, man.
The consequences are much pricier.
Oh my goodness,
much pricier.
You know what's? It's a mad one with Okolie, because I don't think he's like he's had a lot of good nights. That other night was, I'm sorry, yesterday was where it was reminiscent of that one fight with Isaac Chamberlain. But it's not like
It's not like he's consistently been like that.
He's a super
but here's the thing. Here's the important thing. If you're like that when it actually matters, we can't judge you on the other ones, because the other ones, the other fights, he might not have ever had to dig into the well or into the tool bag. Right now, that's a fight he had to dig into the tool bag, and he didn't have the tools. You understand what I'm saying? It's almost like you have to show me that you can pull out that stuff when it actually matters, because you don't know, the next fight might happen the same thing. And if you're not like listening to Shane and you're reverting to type, to me, it doesn't bode well for the plans you have of going up.
Tony just being unnecessary in the chat for no reason. Tony,
you know what though?
I
would not. I do not disagree. I mean, look, you're talking about the difference between heavyweight and cruiser, and how, you know, that's not like a crazy take. It's not crazy.
But
I don't know, man. I ain't seen Dubois in a while still. Because
and even though I don't rate Dubois at all, but you know,
boxing's so funny. We can have one bad night and it all goes to.
But you know what? It's a bad night in the things that you don't do. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he got caught a bit too much, but he knocked the fella out in 5 and he looked spectacular. But he's got a welt under his eye. It wasn't that. It was for the whole night, for 12 rounds. Shane saying, "Do this." Man did the opposite. Do you understand what I'm saying? That to me is like, you can't be doing that at this level, especially when it wasn't the most difficult thing in the world. You already rocked the guy and dropped him. What's that?
Do we not give credit to the other fighter for pulling him into something that he didn't want to do, changing the game plan?
You have to. You have to.
I think it's more of that than. I think
I'm just being a bit harsh, to be honest with you, because
I think so.
I really wanted to see Okolie do things, you know, and I wanted to see Okolie do things after I've just watched like the cruiserweight Loma doing his thing, Clark.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
You want to see the levels above.
I wanted to see like, let's go.
I said the cruiserweight Loma. No.
Come on.
But wait, hold on. I need to ask you about this Dylan thing. This is
here's
excitement.
Here's what Dillian needs. Yeah, that's what I told you. I get gas, man. Here's what Dillian needs to do. The old saying, sometimes the best word is the one left unsaid. He needs to not say nothing. Maybe not even turn up to the thing.
No,
he's got his money. He's got his money. You ain't getting no extra. Do what suits him. If it suits him to not turn up, don't turn up. If it suits him to come and just give one-word answers, do his thing. Now, he needs to be focused. He needs to be focused, man.
This Bruce, again, as an accountant, we trust you. Your numbers usually add up. The math always maths. But right now, I'm questioning these books, bro, because what you're saying doesn't make sense. He's going to go to right now. They're going to say, are these two both prize fighters? Because you can't have Fury and White in big Wembley and it doesn't sell out. And he still needs to make it sell out. If it's sparse, they're going to say, well, you're not really a ticket seller. I get you didn't get what you wanted, but it's going to say a lot about you if you two don't feel this. Because yes, say what about Fury? It's going to say a lot about you.
But the other thing,
one way of looking at it.
But I was going to say, just quickly, sorry, Trav, let me say, with the talking thing, I don't think you're going to out-talk a man that's prepared to get on the mic and start a cappella singing, you know, Bye Bye Miss American Pie and going nuts. Like, you're not going to get to a man, you're not going to, like, I forgot who said, like, I hope he's prepared some speeches and some lines. Forget it. You're not going to out-speech Tyson Fury like that. It's not going to happen. So he's either going to just, like, talk over you or, you know, embarrass you or just say nonsense. So to me, it'd rather just don't say anything, come and just don't say much, or just stay home. I just want him to be fully focused and land the same punch that Gill landed. Let's go. I'm out.
He's out. Look, do you know what's mad about that? And I hear the point he's making, yeah. But I saw the numbers. They said the Khan numbers came back, and it was close. Khan versus Kell Brook. They're saying they did like AJ number pay-per-view streams in terms of how many people were interested in that. It's like
they haven't revealed the numbers though.
But I'm hearing record numbers for them.
They said, yeah. Until I see the numbers, I kind of take that with a pinch of salt. Yeah. Let's wait until we see it.
I can't wait. I hope if they did, it just proves why
it'd be nice. It'd be
It
nice.
is why you have to turn
But
up.
at the same time, there's a lot of levels to this though, because Dillian ain't trying to be a BT Sports guy. So I don't know if he's gonna. He might be looking at it like the way they've handled me. I want to pull this thing down. I want to ruin this thing. So it could be that. He knows that he's still got a good situation over at Matchroom after this.
Right.
So there's a lot of ways to look at it, bro.
Tony.
Yes, boys.
What's going on, bro?
Talk to us.
I don't know what's made me more angry, that phone call with Maestro or them fucking that result in Scotland. See him.
Exhausting, isn't it?
Fuck me. He goes out his way, doesn't he, just to make a fucking argument for no reason. Fucking hell.
Oh,
that was disgusting. I'm not even talking about the result.
I know.
You are an absolute disgrace. You're cheap.
He is livid.
Well, talk
Mate.
to me. Where does Jack go from here? And can Josh not overcome this, but can Josh right these wrongs? How does he get
mate?
one side?
I respected Josh a lot. I lost a lot of respect for him now. Even like a day or two later, he's still saying he still won the fight. He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
But you're all right. You're Josh's friend. You're his good mate. Yeah.
I'll tell him straight.
You can't convince him to say he should come out and say maybe I didn't win that fight. Surely,
Yeah, but whoever's next to him needs to tell him straight, because I would. Sure. My mate got his nose pierced the other day and sent me a picture. I said, "You look like a prick." Take that out.
We all need a friend like Tony. I don't care what no one says.
You are an absolute disgrace.
He said, take that out. You know how happy you were so proud of that picture as well. So just send it to
man, put a good filter on it as well.
Mate, he said my missus likes it. I said, I've known you for 20 years. I do not like it. You look like an idiot.
No, he said my word trumps your missus' word.
No, so again, Josh is where Josh is at. Obviously, I feel I feel for that situation there. We're moving on. We might as well move into this Dillian conversation. There's talks about.
You know, you got a Dillian fan on the phone.
There you go. What you saying in terms of Dillian showing up? There's talks. Will he be there? Will he not be? Do you think he should be there? Do you think he should?
Yeah, he should be there. He should be there. That guy that said earlier about he needs someone sitting next to him to tell him what to say is crazy. You don't tell Dillian White what to say, man. That guy, he don't need no one to tell him. I reckon he's gonna play it just cool. Like, I don't think he's gonna get involved in the bullshit. Like, you see his Instagram stories, just lifting weights and then just puts a little comment like, "I'm just over here minding my own business." I don't think he's gonna get involved. I don't think he's going to get involved.
I hope he can still fly over. There's not. He can get over
I
here.
don't think he's going to fly over and prioritize it for this, though. Let's be real.
When's the fight again? It's what is it?
April 23rd.
Oh yeah. So you got I don't think he's going to take a couple of days out.
He'll come for the last one. He's not coming over for this one. No way.
I just feel that Dillian is such a great character, and I feel that the world deserves to see it. I feel Fury's got a few good American fans that do watch him, and he could steal those fans the same way Jack has inherited fans. Jack, we weren't thinking about Jack. You could see on the Discord and everything. Everyone was
under the radar.
It's Josh, let's go. Like, Josh, look, I can't wait for the next fight. I'm talking about Crawford. Now all of a sudden we're like, whoa, Jack. Hello, what? Tell me more about you. And this is what Dillian can do. You're missing out on. There's potential food on the table, and you decided I'm not gonna get involved because I've been robbed. And the worst thing that can happen, is it. Let's say you don't win. The worst situation is you don't win, and you don't even get those fans that you would have just got because they just enjoyed how you were on the build-up. You can still win fans from your build-up.
Yeah,
I don't know
100%.
why those people on the table. I think it's a bad decision. I don't know who's doing advising. I get silence is good at times, but come on, bro.
But you know what's gonna get you attention? Beating Tyson Fury.
100%.
Like, we didn't listen to much of what Jack Catterall said. When I watched the gloves are off with them too, I said, "Rah, Josh Taylor's always on smoke." Like, I wasn't even really paying attention to Jack Catterall. Now that this has happened, now I'm gonna do that in hindsight. So Dillian White doesn't need to make a spectacle to sell. If he knocks out Tyson Fury, the world stands up to attention.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think he will as well.
Yes. Okay. But he's a good speaker though. If you got it, if you got the lyrics just as good, because I think he can do he's not gonna sing, but he will give as good as he gets in any press conference. You know that for sure.
Yeah, he will. He will. But I think, like Trav said, it would be closer to the time. I think now he's just focused on, look at when he signed that contract. It's all part of a game, isn't it? Signed it last hour.
Last hour, bro.
I must admit, though, I was sitting there and I said, if you don't sign that, I'm done with Dillian, because I would nah.
It would have been like that mate with a nose piercing, bro. You would have told him. He would have said, enough.
He's like, I've been following you for long enough. Get out.
Listen, Tony, look after yourself. Always box office when you come on, bro. Stay blessed.
Take care, bro.
Thank you, CATTERAL. Hold on. We need to go to the United Nations. I got to bring in my guy Lennox quickly.
Oh, snap. The man of many accents.
Bro.
All right, you know what, KG, yeah? Just because you did that, yeah?
The face reveal! Listen! No, wait, hold on. That's not Liverpool. That's not, I can't, nah.
Get out of here.
That's it.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Nah.
Yes, Lennox.
Nah, that makes me sick to my stomach, bro. Nah, Lennox knows.
All right, no. You see, it's all love, but no. I see you, man. You man bring a few man on here just to wind up the audience. Yeah, Maestro was on a wind up, so I'm bringing it back boxing. Yeah, let's get back to the boxing.
Facts, because we know you're in the industry.
Let's get back to boxing. You know what this weekend was? It boiled down to coaching. Yeah, I'm not going to get into who got robbed or who didn't get robbed. We know who got robbed. What I'm going to get into is, if you watch the fight, how does an undisputed champion get hit with the same shot for 6 straight rounds with no adjustments? Get hit with the straight 1-2 consistently for 6 straight rounds. I watch boxing because I box. I do this. Yeah, you man, go back and watch that fight. From round 1 through 6.
It's mad.
You know exactly. So here's my thing. Your corner is not telling you how to adjust to that shot. Okay, for you to juxtapose, watch the Gill fight after the first round. He's back in the corner. You know what his man says? Hey, you're getting hit with the right hand. When you get hit with the right hand in sparring, you know what you do? You bring your left up. He tells him exactly what to do. That's round 1. I'm not sure you man actually peeped the coaching on that, yeah? He told him, your legs are gone. Hang on.
Stand in the corner and stay with me.
Wait. Did you listen to him? He was calling out the shots for his fighter. He was calling out what the Frenchman was throwing. Did you man peep that?
It was like real life PlayStation, fam.
He was calling out the shots. And when his man got out the corner, he said, come back here. Your legs are still gone. You understand me, yeah? This is juxtaposing a difference in coaching. Again, an undisputed world champion got hit with a 1-2, the same 1-2 for 6 straight rounds. Right, let's break this down. Man's fought amateur in that, yeah? My first time sparring, man hit me with a hook. Hit me the hook again. Went to the corner. My coach told me, he's like, he's hit you with the hook. Keep the hand up. Didn't touch me with the hook again. That's an amateur. First time ever sparring. You're telling me, yeah, that a undisputed world champion got hit with a 1-2 for 6-7 consecutive rounds. And who's to blame for that? Yeah, if you've ever sparred, fought, or whatever, you get hit with shots you don't see. You know what your cornerman is supposed to do? Tell you what the shot was. Yeah. So my other thing, I'm watching this fight like, yo, did my man have any southpaw sparring? Because he looked like he'd never fought. He'd never fought in an open guard. I'm a southpaw. I switch, but I could do this thing. He looked like he did not see any open guard sparring at all. You know how you could tell, yeah? What's the first shot he got hit with? A jab in the open guard.
Yep.
So let's
over the top.
Do you know what's crazy? This is how I started the show. Is this? I was saying, and I said to Trav, I said, look, we look at this fight, and we're going to look at the Jordan Gill fight, and we'll know exactly the difference. Because Ben, as you've said it, you called out a lot of coaches in there recently. Actually,
Right.
you actually been on a roll of calling some of these men out. Yeah?
Let's break it down. There's a third fight that you man didn't see, and I predicted. There's a man's name that I've been saying when I talk about coaches. The Garcia fight you should watch. And I said that, yeah. I said that this man was going in there and he thought this man's coming in on 2-week notice. But you know what? Every time you see someone fight a Salas fighter, 2 weeks notice or not, them men are in gyms full of killers and they stay ready and they got an excellent coach. So this man's thinking, I got easy work. A Salas fighter has never been easy work, right? So we had pure examples of coaching this weekend, right? We had Saturday where we had this man who did not know what the hell. And I think you man retweeted it because I brought it out. I said, yo, look at these man's body of work. You see fighters have gone to Ben Davison and regressed.
Yes,
I even put Haney in there because I watched Haney's fights pre-Davison. You know, Abdullayev, he fractured his eye socket. Now men are saying, he's got no pop. He stopped plenty of men prior to that. Fractured when he got the mandatory spot, the Russian kid who just beat Linares on a charity stoppage. Yeah. Haney fractured his thing. He goes to Ben Davison. You know what I see? Regression. The Josh Taylor that was with
is Ben the number one? Is Ben the head trainer in Haney's camp now though?
Yeah, Ben's been a major part of the camp the last 2-3 fights.
Wow.
So I'm looking at, and you look at performances pre-Ben and post-Ben, right? It's a very simple thing, man. You could not get an undisputed world champion to defend a 1-2 for 6-7 rounds. You know what I mean? So you man, yeah, we could pile on Josh, but there's a bigger glaring thing there.
I hear you, bro.
There's a big, but let me get on to Okolie thing. Yeah, the Okolie thing is Okolie's he needs a left hook. Yeah. He needs, and here's the thing: you man missed a few things in the Okolie fight in the first round. Hit that man with the right hand, almost dropped him. The man held on. What happens in fights? Yeah, once your opponent feels the power, he could decide not to engage, and Okolie does not know how to handle that. So a lot of those clenches was not initiated. Watch the first round. KG's making faces. Go back and watch the first round.
Wait. So wait, go on. Wait, say that last bit again. You're telling me that Okolie couldn't manage the power, or he doesn't? No.
The opponent, because he got rocked. First round, Okolie by the ropes, catches him overhand right. My man folded, is hanging on to Okolie, pulls him into the ropes.
Yeah, okay.
So my man from then on is like, right, what I'm going to do is cut the distance off. Now, Okolie's got some decent tendencies, right? He's got a right hand, a lead hand that he uses a probe. All he needed to do was turn that into a hook. He's got no proper left hook. Okay. The way he was controlling the distance, he could have hooked him off, walked him into a right hand. Okay. So he's got things to work on. There's a lot of these things that, you know what I mean, they come with experience in that, yeah? And he was a bit over eager. He was on the Niger thing, you know what I mean? You got the man them there, you got the flag, he came out to the burner boy, he wanted the knockout, and sometimes it doesn't come. What his coach has got to do is give him more tools, because right now, he's a 1-2 fighter, and how you either going to smother the work on a 1-2 fighter or just cut off his range. And Okolie does not have short range power. Yeah. He needs the full range. Now, what I did see is he's got a bit more defensive responsibility. He's got decent feet to get in and out.
Yeah.
But he does not know what to do when his power is smothered.
Caught a few times flush. That was a bit worrying for me. There was moments
worrying, but he took it well. He took
it very well. But there was moments where, and maybe it was the event, and it was who was in attendance. A lot of his heroes. I would say AJ's one of his bigger. Like, he looks up to AJ a lot, and AJ's sitting ringside with Israel, and he knows what the walk-in was. I think he just wanted to.
He wanted to impress.
He wanted to impress, and he took a few risks, is what I would say.
He wanted to impress, and even till the 12th round, he was looking for the stoppage. Well, he's got more tools. Man's got a crazy reach. Yeah, he's got a crazy reach, and imagine if he had a solid left hook at that. Right, all right, you're gonna get away from the jab, right? You're gonna try to smother the right. If he had a crazy, And remember, my guy kept dipping in. He needed a hook and an uppercut would have hurt that guy. Done deal.
Yeah. Lastly, but not least, again, we're talking about Dillian. Should Dillian attend?
All right, business is business. You see? So you know how the thing goes, yeah? Contracts are contracts. It's a mandatory fight on a purse bid. He's not obligated to do anything. You get me? And understand, he's not obligated.
That's real.
Fam, fight contract.
So what are you saying right now? Let me hear this right. You saying don't
He's
go?
not obligated. He's not obligated to be there.
He's not obligated to be there. It's a purse bid, mandatory, and they have not covered promotional. Part of promotional expenses, all of that. Yeah, there's a very straightforward contract when it's a purse bid situation. You can negotiate the ups and downs, and Dillian could be like, "Rah, you man are not flying me out. This is not part of this thing. I'm not getting paid enough." It's a mandatory situation. He is not obligated to help. And understand this thing, yeah? Why would he help build someone else's brand, hypothetically? He could get if he's got the belt, all he's got to do is show up and win the fight. He does not have to do anything else. Because you know what, yeah? If I'm the man on the other side, I'm telling Dillian, hey, yo, this dickhead thinks he's the man. Let's see what he's really worth. Let him carry this. Let's see who his fans are. You do nothing. You show up and you bang him out, right? Because if Dillian does not participate, then we rarely see this man's value, because you're chatting like you're this, that, and the third. But yet and still, Otto got paid, was going to get more to fight Dillian than fight Fury. These are facts. You man know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, if you say you're the guy, all right, you know what I mean? Remember, listen, prove it, yeah. Let's see you sell a fight. You know what Fury's resorted to, yeah? He's resorted to talking about AJ. When are we gonna get these men to sell a fight without mentioning AJ?
Now
when is any heavyweight in the game?
Travis got so excited at the moment.
I'm here now.
No. Big man. Yeah, I just came to spit facts. It's just facts. That's all I'm on, yeah? If you say you're the guy, that you deserve 50-50 of the biggest fight ever, you got to prove your value. You've got to prove your value. In business, whatever negotiation is, yeah? All right, yo, you man want to hire me to produce something or shoot something, yeah? And some other man says he wants to I show up, fam, I got awards in the closet.
Come on.
Get me. You get me? So if you're like, here's the thing. If you...
I love Lennox is humble still.
Lennox, no. Do you know what
I'm making a point. It's business. I'm just making a point.
I'm joking.
I'm making a point. It's business, though. No, it's real simple business, because if I say I'm worth X, I could prove what I'm worth. If another man says he's worth that, if we're bidding, yeah, you got to prove you're worth what I'm worth.
Said,
and how do we know that?
Stat sheet. Don't play games. You know who I am. Google me. You know what it looks like.
No, it's not a straight talk. So let's see. Here's where I'm going with this. Yeah, let's see what Fury sells on his own without a dance partner. Let's see what Fury does on his own without a dance partner. Because you can't say that, oh yeah, this, that, and the third, and you need a dance partner every time out. Yeah, you gotta sell out the O2, but sell out the arena, Wembley by yourself. No dance partner, no gloves are off, no promo. They're here to see you.
Fine. That's bad, man. All right, cool. All right. Look after yourself. Man said no gloves are. How can you sell with no pro? Man is asking man to do the impossible, not even the gloves are off. No, you're taking the piss.
Hey, you know what? Yeah.
Go on.
Let me just shout out Adrian real quick, yeah. So Adrian, DM me on Insta.
Yeah.
Say, yo, bruv, CATTERAL's gonna beat my man. And I was, bro, I'm not even joking. I was mad dismissive. I said, bro, listen, Taylor, I don't know, we'll see. You know when you just hit with the we'll see, because it's like, I don't want to argue. Fam, this guy messaged me over the weekend and said, yo, I want my flowers. He messaged me, bro, I was driving back here. I was driving back to my yard, and because I wasn't watching the fight live, innit? So I'm like, bro, tell me what's happening. He goes, bro, I want my flowers. He's about to win. So I said, all right, don't worry, you're going to get your flowers. Then he messaged me, he goes, they robbed him. I said, I don't know about the flowers, you know.
Yeah, because can you really give him them flowers, fam? Can
I
you
don't know,
really get them?
like a percentage.
Was he,
The
like
flowers in lieu, like, you know what it's
you might have to get the one daffodil, fam.
Yeah,
You know the one that you just pick, the one that you just pick on the roadside.
The one you grew in primary school.
Yeah. The strong daffodil, fam. That's all he gets, and you probably get the leaf of it as well. Anyway, let's keep him moving. OTC, bruv. OTC.
Yo.
Tell me, someone said that you predicted
Taylor win.
No, CATTERAL win.
No, I actually predicted. This is what I thought. I thought Taylor was going to win, but I thought because of the weight drain part, I thought maybe he'll drag it out to points. He might not look good, and then it will go up to welterweight. But yeah, that I'm still not happy about that result. I'm really not happy about that result.
There you go,
I'll
Adrian.
take that.
That's
daffodil. No, but I really feel for Jack to get an undisputed shot. The stars have to be aligned.
Yeah,
everything has to be working for you. You have to basically be away from your family for over 12 weeks, do mile runs, saying to your kids or to your wife, "Look, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm putting all my all into this fight," only to then get robbed on the night. I won't be surprised if I was him to just say, "You know what? I'll wait for my man at the car park." Swear to God. Like, if you wasted 12 weeks, actually, no, it's not even 12 weeks, it's 12 weeks plus 2 years of waiting. Then you get robbed. You've been away from your family, and now you're going back with empty-handed. Bruv, after that, it's just car park settings because there's nowhere else for you to go. But
I feel for him. You know what? It's true because we've been joking and stuff, but he's put his whole life into that moment, and to get robbed because it was a robbery. Like it was. Everyone knew it. Even Ben knew it. The team knew it. Josh really knew it. Josh weren't celebrating like he won. You know, there's ways that you try to just for the judges, just a little more to just mess with their mind. None of them had that body language to say we're the outright winners. It was almost, I've lost my belt just now. And we could see in the difference in Jack, and even it's a disgrace. That's what it is. It's a disgrace. It is a disgrace.
It's absolute disgrace. And one thing I really want to touch upon is Ben Davison now. I remember after the Yard Linden fight, the first one, Tunde got so much stick here. And I'm being honest, Tunde didn't do half the stuff that my man done, Ben Davison, calling out other trainers, saying like all trainers got the same 24 hours, maybe like Molly May. Remember that? Remember that, yeah?
I was saying.
Yeah.
When he came with the big Molly energy, fam.
He came with the big Molly May energy, yeah? During the fight, he was doing this to his crowd. Bearing in mind, he should be focusing on the fight. How long
after the round, he got knocked down, innit?
Yeah, my man's doing Antonio Conte. My man's doing this, yeah? Yeah. Big man thing, yeah? And there's only a short window of time between when the round ends and the time you need to spend with your fighter. And he's focused on building an atmosphere. For me, I think, this is all bad karma. I think you have to be humble in everything you do.
Yeah, because he shitted on a lot of coaches. I remember
he said these men are lazy.
These men are lazy.
They're not like me. He went in.
Molly May energy, to say we got the same 24 hours.
Equally, fam.
Precisely.
Put some respect to pour on the screen, fam. Let people know that he did that, fam. Let's go, fam.
Now on the Dillian White situation. Actually, you know what? Big up Jordan Gill as well. Hail Mary attempt, but you know what? I think everyone's giving his flowers, and what he's gonna. I think this is probably going to be up there with probably his top 2 fights of his whole career by the time he retires. It's definitely going to be up there. But regarding Dillian White, now I understand it from both perspectives, but the one thing is that Dillian White manages a few fighters. He's not a solo operator. He manages Alan Babbitt, he manages Fabio Wardley, etc. Now, creating adversaries in boxing is going to later on affect the fighters that you have. Look at the feud between Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren. If these men turned around and Eddie Hearn said, "You know what? I know you've got beef with my dad, but if Eddie Hearn just tried to be at a humble thing, imagine how many fights that they would have been created together. I'm telling you, imagine in the future, Frank Warren or Frank Warren's son is promoted a fight, or let's just say a Bridgerweight fight. They got a fighter and they want him to fight Alan Babbage. All of a sudden, they say, you know what? We don't want to even entertain Alan Babbage because he's managed by Dillian White. But at the same point, I think that is pretty much almost gone, because last year, remember when Dillian White lost to Povetkin, Frank Warren started singing, "You're not mandatory anymore." Do you remember that? Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we're almost like the relationship's pretty much unmendable. So I don't know. I'm on the fence with this one. I'm really on the fence with this one. But if he does go to the
take, though, that's an interesting, because Lennox sold me the other side of it when he was saying, "Look, you know what? Like, let's see how good Fury can do it on his own. Now, doing a gloves are off by yourself is ridiculous. Him and Johnny Nelson and no one else
chatting about Dillian
is in the dark room as well. Like, what do you think?
No, remember, it's a BT show though, so the men are gonna do the budget gloves are off, where they're on the table outside. Remember, Triple D and Joe Joyce, with Sam Jones and Warren just outside in this warehouse. So what do you think is gonna happen? I don't like him. Like, it's one of them ones. I'm
gonna put him to sleep. No.
Yeah, it was just very weird.
Oh wait, but there's a real point in, you're still a promoter and he's still got a job to do, and you don't want to just done your stock with these other guys. Yeah, it's interesting.
Absolutely. But I do hope that Dillian White wins, and best of luck for him as well. But Okolie needs to. I'm going to give him another couple of more fights. I think this was an off night. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He could have did a whole lot better, but given the circumstances, and given the fact that he's struggling with the weight, I might give him a lot of pass. But did you see Super Mario?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people talk about that. Man, like, I don't know what man's on.
He's doing a lot, you know.
He's doing a lot, but not getting enough attention. That's how big he is.
Like, Donny's got a tattoo to try and fight Jake Paul, a tattoo.
Yeah.
And now he's up doing Super Mario settings. I'm like, bro, are you all right?
Yeah. Listen.
But big up to you guys as well.
Thank you so much, man. OTC, bro. Big up, man. Bro. Oh shit. Wait, hold on. We might as well. This is the last one, and we get the hell out of here. Yeah. Yeah, wicked. Smalls.
What's going on, bro?
It's gonna be a long one still. We've almost done 2 hours. I don't know what me and Trav was thinking tonight.
I won't keep you long. But so you guys were talking about the judging, and I know Maestro came on, got a lot of smoke from the whole chat. But there's a point in what he's saying, and that is that we can't keep the same judging system that we've always had, and then expect them not to do robberies. So if we're not willing to change the judging system, we can't get upset about seeing these robberies every single weekend. This is not something that has just suddenly come up. It's just getting more attention now because it was the Undisputed. But these decisions happen every single weekend.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The sound, the audio in I don't know if you can fix it, but it's really, I don't know is it raining or something?
Can you hear me now?
Is it raining outside or something?
No, I think it's my old machine that's like.
Oh yeah, that sounded like a PS3, brother. PS4 fan with the wildest fan, bro.
No, but it's good enough though. We're good enough to finish the point you're making though.
I don't know if you just heard the school bell. I'm a high school teacher, so the bell just rang.
Oh, another one.
Okay.
So maybe that's why I'm backing up my boy Maestro. But I think either we need open scoring or more like Eddie Hearn actually made a good point. Maybe we just need to train more judges, because we've got the same judges doing it every weekend. Maybe they're getting burnt out. Maybe they're not seeing things the way they used to. But something needs to change if we're going to see less of these robberies every single weekend.
And don't forget, we interviewed someone who spoke about this judging thing. I just want to remind you, look, don't forget, they don't leave the sport of boxing. They're still there. I'll leave it as that.
Something that we've been saying on this podcast, and Tony Bellew is now saying over the weekend, is that judges need to be held accountable. Them man don't just disappear into the night after a bad decision. Come and sit down in the press conference and explain to all of us how you scored this fight this way. Trust me, because that is going to be... Nobody wants to be responsible for a bad take. So when these men have to face up to what they've said, they're gonna think about what they're doing on fight night.
All I'm saying is AMG2 left a comment on here. I'll put it on the screen. You don't know what time it is certain times. Listen, Sporty, I'll see you later, man. Have a nice one, bro. We'll
take care, bro.
Listen, people, that's Monday. Jack, you got these virtual flowers from the whole community.
Yeah.
I know deep down you would rather all the belts and Rig Magazine belt as well, but hopefully this is something. Hopefully this just pops up on your radar. Big up to you, fam. You did your thing. That's what we say in our community.
Salute, Jack. Salute, Jack. You did you put on the best boxing match you could have to beat Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
That's all we can say.
And that's it. And then Josh, you gotta right these wrongs, bro. You can't just move up. I think you gotta do the exact same fight again and beat him, because that can't happen. That can't happen in your ends. That's not right. That can't happen in your ends.
The homecoming. Yeah.
You gotta make it right. Sort it out. Anyway, everyone that called in today,
before you go, smash the like button, please. Smash that like button.
Real easy. It's real easy. Big up, stay blessed. Let's ring this bell.
Take care, people.
Happy birthday, Frank.